Okay, well, we're 2 minutes past the hour, so why don't we get going uh, to the 8 attendees. We thank you for joining the call. Um, uh, why don't we get started here on the call today? Participants are Anna Machado, who's the assistant director in the program, Jason Breyer, who's a professor in the program, and myself as director of the program. What we typically do on these calls is we sort of zip through the slides really quickly, just to give you a better sense of what the program's all about, and then so that we can focus the bulk of the time responding to your questions regarding the program, which we feel is the more important part of the session. So why don't we start with that? Um, our mission and value proposition. We are, committed to help you earn the credentials and acquire the knowledge and skills of your either a new or next career move or advancement in the fast-growing field of IT. Uh, we have a very strong value proposition. We feel this is one of the best investments you can make in yourself for two main reasons. One, we have very reasonable admissions requirements. Um, we look for only about 8 courses uh, that you've taken from other schools. We look for a GPA of about 2.5 or better. And for those of you who have gone to a couple of different schools, we accept almost 200 or 105, almost half the degree credits that we can potentially apply to your against your requirements to get the degree. And what makes us particularly differentiated is that we also give course equivalent transfer credits to professional certifications. So if you're, for example, a Google IT support certificate, we'll give you credit for 4 courses or 12 credits. So that's an important differentiator. But an also important differentiator is our low tuition costs. It's only 3.5 grand per semester for those of you who want to go to school full time, and for part-time students, only about $300 per credit. So we feel those things plus our online format helps you more easily balance your work, career, and personal life with your study time. And our motto is we want you to advance your career without interrupting it. So most of our students are working and take the course part-time, generally meaning 2 courses per semester. If you've never heard of the CUNY School of Professional Studies, don't feel bad. We're not terribly well known. Most people are familiar with CUNY, the City University of New York. They might have heard of Baruch or City Tech or CCNY, but we are a fast-growing component of the CUNY system, and we are starting to get recognition from accrediting institutions such as U.S. News and Report and others for our programs. Just to give you a current flavor of the current job market, it still seems to be fairly healthy despite the current environment. And this is just recently sourced, I guess, the other day from an Indeed search for IT project manager in New York City. What makes us special and different is our faculty. Many of them are working professionals, and so these are not people ensconced in their ivory towers. These are people who are working in the trenches, using industry best practice tools, up to date on the current versions of software, and many of them have a real commitment to innovation and value creation. What also makes us particularly special, I feel, is that we offer a dual track curriculum to more closely align with not just the job market and industry trends and employer needs, but also with student career interests, aptitudes, and competencies. And what I mean by that is that not all not, everyone in IT wants to be a programmer. And so most jobs actually in IT are not programming jobs. So we did this by parsing out the curriculum in a foundational core, courses in information systems, infrastructure and support, computer and network security, data communications, and provide architecture, systems analysis and design, e-commerce, IT governance, which is a huge growing field, business process design, and project management. Those are sort of what we feel are the basic things you really need to know if you want to call yourself an IT professional. And then we offer the option of one or two tracks. There's a general management track for those students interested in business case development, requirements gathering, change management, planning and analysis, with courses in accounting, marketing, HR, and supply chain management as the sort of world of IT and the world of business increasingly converge. And then there's those students who really want a technical career, and those feature courses in software application development, database programming, resulting in a portfolio of work samples that you can use embedded in your CV or post in repositories such as GitHub to have to be able to show hiring managers what you can do. How we teach is we offer mostly asynchronous interaction, but also some synchronous interaction with video conference meetups. We focus more on, less test quizzes, exams, and more on work samples and projects. We foster teamwork and collaborations, and technology use is Computer First, Blackboard. And there's a picture of the Blackboard site for your introductory course, IS200. And of course, the email system. Then we have pages in Facebook and LinkedIn for networking, community building, sharing job postings, and what have you. If you're like most applicants, you're probably new to learning online. So I guess the bottom line is that the course content and assignments of learning objectives are essentially the same as you would have in any of the classroom-based um, institution of higher learning. It's the how that's different. It's the reliance on asynchronous communications and self-driven learning. So the benefits are that it's self-paced within 15-week semesters that, as I mentioned before, more easily help you balance your time and manage your time. And there are these conferences that you can, video conferences that you can interact with your instructor real time. The challenge is that it requires a fair amount of self-discipline, and sometimes you need to be your own advocate, because the advantage of having practitioners as your professors are they're really on the leading edge of the discipline, but they also get busy and have big projects or have to travel, and so sometimes you have to sort of get on their case to make sure that they're responsive to your needs. So the profile of successful online students are actually not very different from what many are now discovering about telework, and what you're probably going through right now, working remotely, is that they're motivated, they speak up, they take action, they're curious, they readily work virtually, they manage time and set boundaries, and they persist. So key takeaways: it's a highly rated online school with a growing market reputation. It offers advanced programming instruction using best practice platforms and frameworks. It's taught by experienced professionals. It can result in a portfolio of work samples that you can demonstrate skills that are in high demand in the job market, and at a very, very reasonable tuition cost. So with that, I'd like to open it up to questions and answers. Please feel free to type in a question that you may have in the question box. And just to give you heads up on the deadline. So the deadline for what we call the priority decisions coming up very quickly this coming Monday. The only difference between the priority deadline and the regular deadline is priority If you can get your application in, you'll have more time for transfer credit evaluation, meeting with an academic advisor to select classes, and have more time to work out for those of you who qualify for financial aid. If you haven't started the application, there's a link in the deck which will be provided to you to start your application there. So with that, I will be quiet for a little while and see what questions that you may have. Again, that's that symbol either on the top or the bottom of your screen that says Q&A. Or as you can use the chat box too. I guess that would be acceptable as well. How high, low is the acceptance rate for the program? Wow. I'm going to pick on Anna to see if she knows the answer to that, because I don't. Anna, do you have any?
I am not sure, but I think we take about 75% of our applicants.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
more or less.
Yeah, okay. I would guess about that same rate. So. Okay, we have a question in the question box. Is there a deadline for receiving credit for IT certificates? What if a certificate is acquired after starting the degree? Yeah, no, don't worry about that. I mean, obviously the sooner would be better, but you don't have to complete it. You can just let us know, I'm in the process of completing the certificate. Once I finish it, can I receive the following credit for these following courses? The answer would be yes. So there's no specific deadline for that. And how can I know when I've been accepted? You'll be notified. Anna, what's the turnaround for that? I mean, the sooner you apply, the
you apply, then admissions review the applications, and they're pretty quick in getting back to you. You will receive an email where you have to click on a box if you accept or not the offer. But let's say give them 2 to 3 weeks before they get back to you.
Now we got a question in the chat box from Patrick. He asked, how long does it take to finish the program? Can you establish the difference between the BS and the Masters of Data Science? How long it takes to finish the program is really depends on how many transfer credits you have, how big a workload you take, meaning do you take some students once they get comfortable with the online format, take 4 courses per semester. We don't recommend that. Most of them just take 2 courses per semester. So it's really kind of varies on what you do, but most of them, I would say, completed within 2 to 4 years, working, taking the course part-time. The difference in the BSIS and Masters is quite a bit of difference. In the undergraduate courses, you can take programming courses, but you don't have to. In the Masters of Data Sciences, you really do need. It's a very quantitative and technical program. And I'll ask Jason just to add something to that so he doesn't feel left out.
Thanks, because I mostly teach in the master's program. Yeah, I would probably say the mathematics is going to be a little bit more intensive, and the rigor of the courses is probably going to be, it's a graduate level course. So, I teach the intro stats course, and what I teach in 1 semester would take almost 2 semesters if it was an undergraduate course. So, I think there's a lot more density of content in courses. And the level, yeah.
And Patrick asked how many CompTIA certifications this program is equivalent to. It depends on which one it is, but Patrick, you just notify, once you apply, notify your academic advisor that you will be assigned, and he or she will come to me and we'll figure that out. We're working on some course equivalents now for those certifications. So we quite haven't completed that assessment, but we will shortly. So just, stay tuned on that question. So going back to the Q&A box, someone asked, I did an unofficial evaluation of my transfer credits and it said all of them would be accepted. Is there a chance that some may not be accepted? Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean by unofficial evaluation. We do the evaluation of transfer credits, but I can say to you, we're pretty liberal. We look for ways to give you transfer credits. We want you to, matriculate, and we're pretty liberal about that, rather than other schools, as opposed to other schools. And after graduating from BS, how difficult it is to transfer to another college? Well, once you graduate, why would you want to go to another college?
You mean for a graduate program? I mean, the program's accredited. They're the colleges.
It's an accredited program.
Yeah.
When you graduate from CUNY SPS, you get a CUNY diploma. It doesn't say it's an online diploma. It says it's a college diploma, so it should be accepted by a graduate program just about anywhere. Okay. I think we're good. Yes.
Yeah. No. He or she, I don't know, is asking that they did the evaluation on the CUNY website. So if you did that, most likely all your credits will be accepted, as long as they are from accredited colleges in the US. I don't see a problem, but the best way to know is to apply.
Okay, Willie asks in the chat box, I am a computer science and infosec student with 69 credits at John Jay, and I wanted to know the process of changing my major to this program. Apply to the program. If you're already at John Jay, then we already have access to your transcripts, and so that seems like it would be a pretty easy thing to do, and I would imagine you would get full credit for your 69 credits at John Jay. Like I said, we accept up to 105, so I wouldn't worry about that aspect. Okay, we have a question in the question and answer box. I'm currently attending CUNY, I guess that's Queensborough Community College, with 2021 being graduation year with an AS in computer science GPA. Is this program still open, or should I apply now as a transfer? You don't have to finish your AS in computer science to apply to our program. You can apply right away and then make up whatever college credits you need in our program versus that program. So I would recommend, yes, the program is still open, and I would encourage you to apply as a transfer. Matthew asks, can you help me in reaching a decision? I am someone with a certain age who went back to school to finish my BA in 2018 and finished this past summer. My question is, I'm indecisive between continuing your program or doing a master's in data analytics at Queens College or data science at CUNY SPS. Well, the first thing, Matthew, is you're not alone. Most of our students have been out of school for quite some time. I think the single largest age profile of our undergraduates is the 25 to 35 age group. The largest average block in our graduate program, the Master's of Data Sciences, 35 to 45 years old. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Although, if I'm reading correctly, Matthew, are
Yeah.
you saying you earned your BA this summer? If so, I wouldn't pursue another bachelor's. Looking at a graduate program would seem more appropriate.
That
Yeah.
I think that's what he's asking. He's
Okay.
asking if he should do the master's at CUNY, SPS, or do it
I'm sorry.
at Queen's
Yeah.
College.
A second like
with
degree.
us?
Yeah.
What question is that?
Gosh, I really don't know. I am only saying that because I'm not really that familiar with the Master's of Data Analytics program at Queen's College. So,
Yeah.
I encourage you to attend our next info session for the Masters of Data Science, which should be coming up in the next couple of weeks, and then do your research with the Queen's College people, and base that decision on that. I mean, ours is better, but I can't do that.
Oops. Oh.
Any other questions from the 9 attendees?
Banana asks,
Pardon?
is that the application link?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the one.
click that.
There's a question, does SPS have direct enrollment? I think the answer is yes, right?
Yes.
Then another anonymous attendee, did you see the GPA question?
Is that for the master's in data science or for the bachelor's? Because I think for the bachelor's, we require Arthur.
I thought the slide said, oh, Arthur looks frozen. I thought the slide said 2.5 or above GPA.
Yes. The 3 is for the master's.
Yeah.
For the bachelor's.
The master's, MSDS, yeah. Oh.
No, but he's asking for the bachelor's. The GPA is 2.5. So, and we look at the GPA as another number among all the other requirements for the application. So I will encourage you to apply, although you have a good GPA for the bachelor's.
I'm not sure what question you're looking at, Anna, but
I'm looking at the anonymous. He wants to know. My GPA
okay.
is at 2.9.
Okay.
How are the chances to get there? So,
okay, I was looking at Patrick's question in the.
Where's Patrick's question?
In the chat box. And
Oh.
It's confusing me. So we have 2 things going on here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. This is kind of a confusing format. So,
Yeah, you have, please ask the questions in the question box.
so the answer to Patrick is yes, you can, but the BS program is not really necessarily, I mean, if you take the technical track, that will help, but you also need to brush up on some applied math to succeed in the Masters of Data Science program that we have. So
He's asking about the computer science program. I'm not familiar with that. Is that?
we don't have one.
I didn't think so.
The Graduate Center has one, but we have it's data science, not computer science, which is a little different. So I believe Anna has already answered the anonymous question. What is the acceptance rate for Jumpstart applications to the program? We don't really know that yet because we just started that last semester. I believe it was last semester, so we don't really have a good handle on that. David asked, I read about the 2+2 program. What is that? That basically says, David, that if you have your AS or AA, you can finish this program in 2 years. So you could, if you already have an associate's degree, you can do this in about 2 years. 2+2. Any other? We're on the half hour. Ooh. Willie puts in the chat box, I am in the ACE program. Do you guys work with ACE regarding financial aid? Anna, do you know what the ACE program is?
No, I would ask Willie, let me send you a link where you can redirect that question because I'm not.
We do have a financial aid department.
Yes.
If that is concerning financial aid, you'd best.
That's the best way.
Those are the people that would know what ACE means.
That is, they would know exactly. But let me send you the link.
Thank you.
Give me a second. My computer a little bit slow. So.
No? Okay. Well, I want to thank the 11 attendees for attending our webinar. If you have any follow-up questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You have our email addresses in the deck. Yeah, stay safe. Try not to get too anxious. And a special thanks to Anna and Jason for attending the meeting, and hopefully we'll be hearing from you soon.
Good luck, everyone.
Bye.